Innovation and Design Thinking. IDT. VTU. Design Thinking for Strategic Innovations. Business Challenge, Extreme Competition. Design Thinking Solution, Experienced Design. Business Challenge 5. Extreme Competition. So much shareholder value has been destroyed in the past 10 years as a result of mismanagement, poor strategic decision-making, and an inability to react to disruptive innovation or extreme competition. Traditional competitive strategy often leads to further commoditization. Look at almost any industry, and you will find companies struggling to differentiate what they have to offer from everything else in the marketplace. Differentiation needs to be relevant and meaningful, so it's hardly surprising that one of the most common complaints from senior executives is, "My product is becoming commoditized, and the pace of commoditization is accelerating. What should I do?" If business decisions and their tactical approaches were made through purely logical and analytical means, our world would look very different. We would arrive at solutions optimized for efficiency. Competition would be reduced down to highly predictable shifts. And consumers would see all the world's products and services as interchangeable commodities. But competition in business is not shaped by objectivity. It's shaped by creativity and innovation that accelerates change and drives differentiation. This makes conducting business less like tic-tac-toe and more like chess, where, despite the availability of known moves and patterns of behaviors, the best business leaders deviate from the most common paths and take new avenues toward victory. Today, navigating those paths is more challenging than ever, thanks, in large part, to over-commoditization. Although some products and brands stand apart from the crowd because of key factors such as craftsmanship, quality, heritage, and long-standing semiotics of value, the majority of products and brands out there are suffering or unknowingly preparing to suffer from a lack of differentiation. When all you have is another hotel brand, energy drink, luxury purse, smartphone, or hybrid car, what do you do? The answer might be experience design. Innovating through experience design offers companies a high degree of differentiation in some of the most ubiquitous product and service categories. Design Thinking Solution. Experience Design. Experience design is a holistic and multidisciplinary approach to creating meaningful contexts of interaction and exchange among users and products, services, systems, and spaces. It considers the sensation of interactions with a product or service on physical and cognitive levels. The boundaries of an experience can be expansive and include the sensorial, symbolic, temporal, and spatial. It can include tangible customer value as well as emotional value. It's not just about interface, usability, or customer service flow. It's about the word experience. Experience design is an established set of design thinking practices that, when performed properly, can enchant customers and create a sense of loyalty that will keep them coming back to you every time. By maximizing each and every dimension of an experience at every stage in, for example, a shopping experience, discovery, interaction, departure, and post-departure, it considers how customers engage with a product, service, or brand in order to set the stage for something truly different, special, and even magical. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Joy is found not in finishing an activity but in doing it. Greg Anderson. To set this stage, organizations must consider and evaluate not only how a product or service functions, but also how it communicates meaning and intent. Experience design highlights the importance of developing a clear understanding of consumer needs, cultures, expectations, assumptions, and capacities. How an experience speaks to consumers will ultimately determine how one product or service feels different from another. Design thinkers critically observe and evaluate the various experiences they encounter throughout their day and reflect on how one may differ from another by asking, what makes a better experience and why? In fact, most of us do this on some level every day, especially those of us who share our experiences with others in a highly opinionated, social media-driven world. With increasing competition across multiple categories, the distance between one brand's price, features, and design and another's is becoming shorter and shorter. Intuitively, however, most of us know the difference between Tom's Shoes and Converse, United and Southwest, Target and Walmart, Taco Bell and Chipotle, and Dodge and Mercedes-Benz because we have experienced one or both. Design thinking seeks to explore the wiggle room between brands like these and transform it into a competitive chasm. When that difference is or might be emotional, design thinkers ask, when does the value of a product exceed its functional value? At what point does emotive value reach a point of diminishing return? What is the value of the emotive premium? Should there be an emotive premium at all? Can we engineer emotive elements into the design without adding cost? The answers to these questions lie buried in the nature of experience. All experiences are functional, social, cultural, and personal. They are important, relevant, and meaningful to people. They have a past, present, and even a future subject to reflection and reflexivity. To communicate and reinforce a value proposition, they need to be thoughtfully facilitated through the purposeful design of brands, products, services, interfaces, and interactions. See the figure. Figure shows the role of empathy in understand the customer as experiences and their roles in experienced design of products and services. Social experiences. Social is about more than Facebook and Pinterest. How can you make your brand more social? Can you connect people? Can you help forge meaningful relationships? Could your stores be redesigned to transform them into more social spaces? Learning experiences. Can your brand, your stores, or your online property shape learning and mastery, where your customers have access to experiences that make them smarter, faster, stronger, or better? Meaningful experiences. Beyond social and learning, how else can you give your customers the opportunity to experience greater meaning in their lives through your brand? If your first instinct is to jump to cause marketing, think again. You need to do more than increase impressions by giving away money. Geeky experiences. Who doesn't love to geek out on what they love? In the design of stores, for example, consider the immediate expression of experience that walking into an All Saints store with their sewing machines in the window does for apparel geeks or the huge digital displays at Burberry do for fashion fanatics who want to feel the runway. Understanding the 4 key dimensions of experience design. Because human experience is multidimensional, so, too, is the design thinking approach to it. Here are 4 ways to get started. 1. Determine the scope of the experience. Decide on a starting point and an end point. You can expand boundaries, but you need to have them at the beginning. With scope comes the breadth of interactions in store, marketing, digital, and beyond. Where and why do you want to or need to engage customers? 2. Understand the intensity of experience. Some experiences are simply a routine way to get something done quickly and effortlessly. Some are complex, intense, and highly emotive. You need to analyze and prioritize your effort based on those parts of the experience that are both highly rational and emotive. That's where the intensity is high, as well as the stakes. 3. Identify the key experience triggers. Experiences are triggered by stimuli that elicit recognition. These could include visuals, symbols, photographs, videos, smells, and sound. Experienced designers need to consider what combinations of these are the triggers for brand recognition and how to use them to support delivery. 4. Deepen the customer's engagement to evoke meanings. Experienced design achieves the highest impact when it evokes meanings. Sometimes these are distant from the product or service, but when executed authentically, meaning it's a part of your business culture, they become very close to the brand. At the center of meanings are core values. If you can express them well, customers will subscribe to them. Thinking points. You may not have a customer experience strategy, but you have a customer experience regardless of whether you create it consciously. Every company provides a customer experience. You may not have total control over that experience, but there are always opportunities to make it emotive and memorable and to make it work for you. So how can you design an emotional experience? The implicit problem is knowing what will work or not work in terms of emotional engagement and economic and operational feasibility. It begins with using customer journey mapping to visually illustrate an individual customer's needs and goals, the series of interactions and information necessary to fulfill those needs, and the resulting emotional states a customer experiences throughout the entire process. Customer journey mapping succeeds when these exercises are based on ethnographic research and contextual inquiry that allow researchers to experience and perceive the emotions of customers, thereby making it possible for managers to convey more than just anecdotal quotations. The outcome of the exercise shows how customers feel throughout their journey, and customer journey maps invite stakeholders to enter the world of customers and share in their experience. In turn, stakeholders are better able to convey their story to management and frontline employees. This should be the starting point for your experience design. Thanks for watching. Comment for any suggestions. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.